We're having a big celebration today. And the celebration is that the electric pig has been made to function again. There we go, there's the electric pig. And there's the electric pig who rides it around. I guess I'm an analog pig. This piece of fuck, can I say fuck? This piece of fuck, I have to show you what I had to do to make this thing work. I was riding it the other night, and for no particular reason, spokes start to snap on the rear wheel. And it turns out something like 18 spokes snapped. And now I got a freaking wheel that won't go round and round because it didn't have enough spokes in it. So after having a heated discussion with my mother about money, she wasn't going to give me $500 to fix it, which is, in place of a warranty, I could get a deal on a new wheel for $500. It's like, you got out of your fucking mind for broken spokes. However, they aren't standard spokes. Of course they're not standard spokes. I had to cut apart a fucking $300 Mavic rear wheel to get beautiful stainless spokes that I could bend into shape without them breaking. So now I'm riding around on my creation, my Frankenwheel. So I thought I had to explain that because it is a work of genius. Those are my spokes that I bent to length as I put the wheel back together, and there's about 20 of them. No one should ever have to do that repair for any reason. Anyway, it means one thing. They didn't build the wheel right. I've built wheels wrong in my life, and that's what happens. They'll fucking break. Anyway. We have to go pay the lake to God its due. And we managed to get out of the house, and it's freezing. I don't know if you're freezing, but I'm freezing. Look at that. Ain't that pretty? Oh, isn't that nice? You come around and wave your stick around down here, and no one gives a shit. The sun's going down over there, so there you go. You can use your imagination. Ooh, nippy. It is nippy. But I needed a reason to brag about that repair on that rear wheel, because I was... Anyway. It made it to location 1. We made it to location 1, so we can't be in too rough shape. And, for us people that do this all the time, I catch other wankers down here filming, and they must get at least 29 subscribers. How? I love all 29 of you. Still, how is it that this fucking wank fest you see on YouTube, these motherfuckers have got thousands of subscribers, and what they're doing is shit. I mean, I don't care that they're creating shit. Maybe I'm creating shit. I don't know. I don't care. But still, what I would think of as a standard just doesn't exist. Anyway, whatever. You don't find content like this everywhere. Fine Corinthian nylon. God damn, my fingers are caught, son! Jesus fucking Christ! Ah! say that I have the place to myself. Which reminds me, I brought this lighter for a reason, a nefarious purpose. It's there. Squirrel! Oh, it was a pedestrian. That fucking wheel repair is ridiculous. I'm sorry to harp on it, but still. I suppose I could have wrecked a cheaper wheel, but then it would have broken. You need stainless. So, but the only reason all your spokes break at the same time is when you build your wheel so wrong. You hit a bump and part of it goes sproing and the rest of it goes sproing. The guy at the shop looked at me like I had 3 heads and like he was doing me a favor to sell me a wheel for $500 that he already sold me once for $500 and it broke. So he was going to sell me the same wheel, but break the same way, the same $500. He must think I had shit for brains. That's supposed to be a secret. Anyway, all intelligent posing aside, seeing as I look like a mental case, I was reviewing my old videos. Video! Have we got a video? Yes, we've got a video! This one looks dangerous. Sky is really beautiful over there. Oh. Well, there you go. I haven't lost my touch. That was the first shot in a month. Who knows? Nice day for it. I got to agree with the Afghani guy. He was telling the future when he said safety requires that you have a backing. And I would have to agree with that. Although the Balearic sling is, maybe those guys had less regard for their press muscle. You know what I mean, Brian? That was 2 fine shots, I must say. All right, bye. Why would you come in frame to smoke a joint? I don't know. It's visually stimulating. Let's take a look at our favorite board. Board of directors. Board of life. All aboard. I always find it interesting to see where the yellow post ends up. Excuse me. Let's see. Hey, buddy. Haven't seen him in a while. It's been a while for me. I don't know if anybody notices when I'm not putting new location 1 on board. There we go. Now we can smoke a joint to talk and film. Sorry, create content. I'm influencing! Mom! Gosh, I'm influencing! That's probably Kim Kardashian in her early years. Wow, okay. You can't tell me that somebody didn't do that on purpose. Motherfucker. Anyway, someone did that with intent, which I respect. But it's because that's all they could do. I tried to pull the thing off the beach to see if I get the litter out of the lake. I couldn't budge the fucking thing. And then there's this, which has taken God knows how much time. I'm still trying to imagine what it is. It's a very beautifully made, huge, center cut rolls of wood with huge iron bolts through it. See that plate there? That's that's part of a wooden lake ship. But that's the kind of stuff, like, look at all the wood. It's huge. And it floats. And it's indestructible. Kind of like an ex-wife. Oh, there we go. We saw another human being. Hello, human being. He doesn't care. So much the better. Anyway, thought we might chuck another stone in the lake and then go home where it's much warmer. But our proof of concept that my insane motherfucker. You see these shows, eh? Where they got these guys going, driving their trucks around Africa in these like 60-year-old trucks in indescribable condition, shall we say? And they fix tire punctures by taking the tire off and lighting a fire in it to remelt the rubber over the hole. And it's that kind of thinking that made me think of disassembling my other nice wheel with all those great spokes in it that I'd never use into a bent spoke and adjustable length for shitty motorbikes with slippery nipples a la mode. Damn it! That was a skull cracker. I might not have gone that way. We'll edit that in later. Sigourney Weaver has no ass. And I know this because I also have no ass. Except she can pay people to keep her pants up. I just had an interesting thought that the British used to insult the French by doing this, by showing that they had their bow fingers left, because those are the bow fingers you use. So you'd say fuck you to the French guys, among other ways. But that's a good way to do it. If you were a slinger, you couldn't function without this finger. So I suppose if you were a slinger, you'd tell somebody to say, hey, look, I've still got my sling finger. Here it is. Never thought of that till right now. Now, I'm still trying to show you. That part of my finger is very cold. I wouldn't put that in myself. Unless it was an emergency. Are we having fun yet? I'm having fun. So pissed at that bike. I know that shop. I would like to wholeheartedly not recommend the shop where I bought that bike, or I would like to also not recommend the company that built the bike, but because the company didn't put their name on it, I don't know who built it. Mostly me. I've worn out 3 pairs of footwear instead of having brakes that work on that thing. So it goes forward and doesn't like to stop. I have an emergency brake. That's where I put my feet down even harder. Sprain your ankle. Anyway, I'm sure nobody cares about this. I know I don't. But it is getting dark-ish. Can't. It's never dark on the internet. This. I have to explain it anyway. Maybe with the. Oh. I haven't done a 29 subscriber extravaganza yet, so maybe this is it. We can mix the. 29 is almost 30. You should see what passes for content. You got to do is turn on YouTube and discover how many similar ways you could waste your time. And by wasting your time is making you stupider by watching. It really is. When the computer program starts feeding you what it thinks you want to see all the time, it alleviates you of all responsibility of making choices. And I mean, choosing things is tough, you know? Like, if I could not choose things, I'd feel a lot better about my wife's boyfriend. And my septic piercing. I'm not sure that's the adjective form of that thing, but... Oh! Out of drugs. Alright. I guess it's time to wrap it up. Oh! Battery power at 15%. Battery power at 15%. Battery power at 15%. Okay. See you later.